Hey everyone, so we're back and we're gonna try to make this little world of ours a better place to live in. So we are stressed out right now and I have to fix this. Alright, so we're gonna try and see if we can manage getting them de-stressed with the current situation. It's still kinda all over the place. I have lost a lot of good millwood plants. But in eventuality, I really do want to make sure that these bristle blossoms are gonna be the ones to keep me alive here. Eventually, I've lost all of the excellent ones on this side, so but that's fine. It's fine. You know, we're good. The important thing is that we're good. The important thing here is that we get de-stress and we get enough food. That's all there is to it, really. What else do we need? So this is going okay, I guess. Maybe we need to access one more ice biome. Yeah, I think that would be a pretty nice idea. Then, what, we're gonna pipe through the water there? Well, that's a bit far. Well, that is an idea. We're piping a lot of clean water as it is anyway. So the plan is we pipe through all these insane amount of water to the other side of this biome. It's a small ice biome. But it should do the job, right? It should be enough. What's the minimum requirement for you to grow? Negative 23. Would that be enough? That's a bit too much. But who knows, maybe we can make it work, because this one is absolutely useless. This sword is not actually doing anything. And not exactly contributing to the betterment of our base, so I don't exactly understand what is the purpose of Wizwards at the moment. So we're gonna put this one up here, and there we go. And we're gonna dig this place up. Pretty nice. We're highly stressed, right? But we're de-stressing, right? Travaldo? Is Travaldo there? Travaldo? No? There we go. Travaldo's there. Okay, everyone's pretty much in the ideal stress level. So we're safe, yeah? It's just food. I'm thinking maybe I want to go down here. Because these things are already in the ideal temperature, ideal pressure. So I would assume that these will be able to retain the excellent yield ones. So we're gonna just go down, I guess, then reopen some of the parts here. We're not gonna break everything, but we're gonna open this place up really nicely here. Do a ladder here and a ladder there. That should do it. We're gonna hold on to this yet. We're not gonna do this yet. Cancel that one out. Let's do this. Let's do it in between the ice so that the temperature will not abruptly change. Stress is being managed, right? That's pretty good. We're almost there, people. Oh yeah, we're almost out of polluted water. So we're gonna be completely 100% relying on bristles here. So we gotta make sure that these bristles actually grow. Alright, so the plan here is to actually make the pool. So there are a lot of polluted water pools here, so I'm gonna combine all of these and make one more pool here. I don't plan to break the abyssalites here, so they're gonna be standing as the core build for my water base, water hole I mean. Alright, in terms of settings, we currently have an additional set of plantation for bristles here. Now, these are not the ideal versions, but it's more than enough to sustain my base, but unfortunately these sets are not yet enough, so I need to make more. And I have to make sure to open this up ASAP because I'm running out of water here. Polluted water, I mean. And that's going to be a very big problem eventually, so I need to make sure to get this up and running I have to up the prioritization for these things so we can get these things done. Get these things done. That's a bug. I have a duplicate that's gonna die because of a bug. She doesn't know what she's gonna do. Why is it like that? I mean, like they don't know what they're gonna do. I'm currently pushing the prioritization here. So I want to make sure that they're all gonna do their jobs, and I want to make sure that everything is cleared out. Gotta get this ready ASAP. Just a little bit more than the pool is set. That's all we need actually. And we can start pumping out the polluted water on the other side, maybe? Is that something that I have an option to do? Probably. Well, it seems that we have enough water supply here on this side, but I gotta make sure to get this out on the other side ASAP. So the next thing we need to work on are the pipes. Where do we want it to go? I would want it to go. That should work. That's a bit more complicated than I want it to be. That should work. Gonna add more work. Not liking it, but has to happen. Priority 9 this. Gonna get this done, guys. Come on. We will need this. We're really out. We're like almost empty. Alright, so we got that running. That's okay, I guess. Someone stopped marketing. It's okay. Gonna add more bristle blossoms to 3. Just gonna maximize everything that we can to get the food out of these things. I'm gonna transfer the food area up here. I want a clean place for the... Well, there's actually no such thing. There's no clean place here. Just full of unwanted air. Go, lots of tables. Should be pretty nice to work with. Devon! Oh wow, Devon. I don't know if you're gonna make it, Devon. Maybe you're probably dead. Okay, let's do this. Come on, Devon. You can make it. You're gonna die, Devon. Oh wow. Just great. That's just great. Alright, it seems that we're stabilizing. So this is... this is, I think, the epitome of what we can do with our base. And we have more seeds. We can actually grow more. Well, my plantation is a bit of a mess, but at least it's giving me the food that I need for my bristles. Which is pretty good. I didn't really expect anything much out of it. Alright, just to sum things up. There have been a lot of changes in the current setup that I've done. So temperature is still rising, so it's causing a lot of problems with my ice biome, but in the overall perspective, we're still fine. So that's good. The important thing is that these things are still growing, and that's the important thing. And I have 4 extra bristles that I can actually grow myself. So in terms of plantation, we're doing well. We haven't used a micro musher for a while now, and we're still doing okay in terms of overall food requirements. Now, unfortunately, stress has gone up, and it's going all over the place. So I'm gonna let the duplicants do what they can and try their best to mitigate these stress levels, and hopefully we manage to stabilize again after that stress. Then we should be back to normal. So water is piling up fine here. That's pretty good. Filtration, we're running low, but that shouldn't be a problem. There are a lot of sand supplies that we can get from, so we're good. So we're not gonna worry about water for a while. So this is gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Alright, so water is coming up nicely here, and I'm having a lot of morbs down here. I had 2 duplicates that died here. Alright, so things are looking pretty good. Suffocating, yeah, it's fine, because that area is really bombarded with carbon dioxide. There's not much we can do about it, so just gonna leave it at that. So we also have a problem in terms of refrigeration. With the air temperature going up and up, I have to keep adjusting where I want to put them so I can refrigerate them. I'm actually really considering putting them here on this side, but it's too far. Okay, having unrefrigerated food, that's an issue that I have to deal with. Let me think. I'm gonna have to put them down here. I've added in an air scrubber down here to prevent this vent from overpressurizing. This has been causing a lot of problems for my electricity for the time being, and currently we are at a very stable state. We have enough oxygen, we have enough food, we have enough resources to actually survive for the rest of the game. We have the water, we have everything. Everything's running quite nicely at population 19, that is. And at cycle 158, I think we're doing pretty well. Now, the only revelation that I have here in this experiment, or in this session that I had with plantations, is that no matter what you do, temperature is going to keep on rising, especially if you're going to try and open up the spaces in the ice biome. So you have to be careful when you're breaking into the ice biome. I would recommend to do something like this. Put a layer up, then in between the layers you have to keep some ice and some ice tiles and some granite tiles in between them. So in a way, this will help cool down the area, because if you clear the place out, like what happened up here, if you clear the place out, the temperature in the entire vicinity will go up. As you can see, the temperature here is already at 21 degrees, borderline putting my bristle blossoms into stifle conditions. So that's why I've decided not to put out any more ice near the area. I'm just gonna keep them where they are. I'm just gonna add in more tile sets if I could. So overall, just make sure to do that in order to have a bit more sustainable life for your bristle blossoms. But yes, eventually temperature will rise, eventually ice will break, and you will lose the plantation. So in terms of longevity, this is not going to be able to sustain. I would assume maybe, but you know, in the current situation, we're only using 1 ice biome, and there's still a lot more here. We have a ton of ice biomes that we can use. So plantation-wise, we're good. The only downside here is that we're gonna shift our base from one side to the next, so that we can adjust. So that's the nature of surviving in oxygen not included. I mean, you're not really set to just stay in one area. You're really set to explore, expand your base, and make it sustainable. But of course, at the end of the day, it's never going to be sustainable. You're going to need one resource after another in the long run. So right now we won't need food, but eventually we will require to find a different location for our food source. So and so on and so forth. So same goes for polluted water, same goes for clean water, and that's the nature of the game, which is what I think the developers intended it to be. So I spoke a little sooner than I expected. So temperature here is already rising, and it's stifling the bristle blossom that I have here. Then eventually it's gonna eat through here and here and here, and eventually it's gonna go down here too. But I do hope it stays only up there because I'm not touching the other sections anymore. But I'm expecting maybe in the next 20 to 30 cycles, I'm going to be forced to go down even lower here. Then eventually, I'm going to have to go to a different ice biome completely. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we are at the moment. So good news is that we've hit stability, and that's the great thing about it. The only downside is that we still need to further explore. I mean, honestly, we haven't even touched the purple biome at all. I have not been able to utilize electrolyzers to create hydrogen powered generators and so on and so forth. We have not explored that area yet, but because in the current build, there's not much use for them yet. Maybe once they added more things in, then we can probably have some use for phosphorites, for hydrogen. Apart from using them for energy, what else can we do with hydrogen? For chlorine, there's really not much use for them yet. So that's why I don't even bother opening those biomes up. So right now we're doing quite well, and I'm happy where we are, compared to what I was trying to aim before. So at least we are able to create the plantation that we've been trying to work on. Millwoods are very difficult, I have to say. I was able to make it work to a certain extent, but I think if I'm given maybe 20 more cycles, 30 more cycles, I'm gonna run out of millwood. It's really difficult to maintain the temperature that you need for millwoods. But for bristle blossoms, the advantage here is that you only need to get good yields to have recycled bristle blossoms because you get a seed for every good yield that you get. So you only need maybe a few excellent yield ones so you can add more bristle blossoms in. So in my case, I've been able to more than double what I originally had in my initial supply of bristle blossoms, and this is currently sustaining my base, sustaining my food source, plus a bit of millwoods here and there too. So yeah, so with that said, I'm gonna end the episode here, and hopefully you learned a lot from this run, and hope to see you again in the next episode. So if you did enjoy it, please do leave a like and subscribe, and if not, there's a dislike button there that you can press. And again, guys, thanks for watching. TR out.